Welcome to today's episode of Women's View. My name is Anne Morimi and I'm your host. Thank you so much for joining us. As usual, I have a very special guest with me in studio today. We have a very interesting topic. And before I introduce the topic to you, I'd like her to introduce herself. Welcome.
Hello viewers, my name is Terry Stephanie Mudhai. I'm the CEO of Mactaa International. Mactaa International is a medical tourism company.
Okay. Welcome to the show, Stephanie.
Thank you so much
Terry.
for having me.
You're most welcome. So, viewers, today we shall be discussing a topic entitled Medical Tourism. Please feel free to interact with us. Our SMS line is 21144, and we're also live streaming on Facebook, and our handle is GBS Kenya. Welcome and enjoy the show. So once again, allow me to call you Stephanie.
No problem.
Welcome to GBS TV. We're very glad that you've joined us. And I'd like my viewers to get to know you a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your growing up. Did you grow up in Nairobi? Did you grow up outside of Nairobi?
Okay, yes. Yeah. I was born in Nairobi. Then we lived in Nairobi up to when I was in, I think, class 4. Yes, class 4. Then we relocated to Kitale. I was brought up by a single mother. Okay. So she was retrenched. She used to work, by then she used to work in the government. So the only option that time was to go home.
I know when there's no source of income, because it's a single source of income.
Yes.
So are you an only child?
No, I'm firstborn.
Okay.
Family of 4. We are 2 girls, 2 boys.
Same as us. Okay.
That's nice. So, and I think she arranged it so well because it's a girl, boy, a girl, boy.
Very rhythmical.
Yes.
Is it do re mi? Like, are you all following each other like
6 years, 6 years.
6 years gap?
Yes.
Wow. Not common.
Not common. Yeah. But it's 6 years.
All right, good.
So
you went back to Kitale?
We went back to Kitale. I studied in partly Nairobi. From now, when we relocated, I went to Kakamega.
Yes.
Studied in Kakamega Primary. Then secondary, I went to Kitale.
Okay.
From there, I did 844. Then I went and did Form 5 and 6 in Uganda.
Wow.
So I went to Uganda, studied in an Islamic school in Kampala. From there, I went to university.
Yes.
Now university
in Kenya or Uganda?
No, in Uganda.
Okay.
So I first I was called I got admission to Mactaa University, but adult education.
Well done.
Thank you.
The
adult education.
Okay.
Back then, in 2000, that was in 2006.
Okay.
Adult education was not a known profession.
Yes. People would wonder, what is that?
Yes, and then
adult literacy.
The first thing is, when you're a student, the one profession you hate is being a teacher.
I know, isn't that funny? And the way we can't do without them.
Yes, and unfortunately for me, I was the rebellious type.
Okay.
So I went through so many schools, because in Kakamega, back then, studying in Kakamega, we used to go fetch water in the river when there's no water.
Was that hard for you coming from Nairobi?
Yes.
You had to build some muscle now, eh?
I tell you. Okay. And then there was a lot of bullying. In fact, what used to happen, if you're from Nairobi, you meet those ladies from Luya, they're strong ones.
They're strong
So
mamas.
they tell you, Sukari, where's your sugar, where's your this? When it's on Thursday and Sunday, somebody tells you, on Sunday I'm coming for your meat. So they serve that meat, you just wait for that hefty lady, student to come and take. So bullying was equally there. So by the time I went to Form 1, I had that meant nobody's going to bully me again. So I changed a lot of schools. That's how I became rebellious. Because
you're trying to fight back, fight the
yes,
system.
because I had this mentality. I went through bullying when I was in primary. So Form 1, nobody's going to bully me.
Yes.
And when you go to Form 1, you are mono.
Yes, so you're bullied by everybody.
Yes.
Then.
So I used to, and I remember I told my mom, I got suspended because I was told, I think, to clean the latrines, not with a broom, with a mop. And I said, no.
No, I can't.
So I got suspended. And I remember my mom was trying to force me back to the school. And I remember telling her, I am not studying. You stay here. You study. Then I go. She looked at me and told me, you don't want this school at all.
Yes.
So I changed a lot. Okay, anyway, I went to Uganda. Then I told you, adult education. Now, here, somebody is trying to tell you to be a teacher, but now you'll be teaching adults.
Yes.
That concept was not even there in Kenya yet.
It was too early.
Too early,
Yeah,
yes.
a lot not understood.
Yes, adult education came after 2012.
Yes, that's true.
So I refused. It's a public institution. They choose the course for you.
Oh, really? You're not the one who decides?
Okay, you choose.
Based on your grades, or?
Based on your grades, you choose almost 6.
Okay.
But you know, normally you choose the plump, the sophisticated
I
professions.
know, yes.
The law, what,
the
engineering.
Medicine, I know, the big five.
Yeah, so when it's saturated, they'll push you to those courses. Like there's
anthropology.
One called, yes, there's one called music, dance, and drama.
Okay.
Most of my friends in high school actually went for that course. But you ask yourself, why are you going to teach music, dance, and drama?
Yeah.
Coming back to Kenya, you just say, I'm a music teacher, dance teacher. Which school is going to hire you to just teach dancing? So
although now a lot has changed and you can actually get...
Right now a lot has changed. So from there, I joined another university. I started with business computing. I hated computer that time.
Okay.
They used to tell me RJ1, RJ, I don't know what lines. Computer was just too difficult for me.
Yes.
So I changed courses. Now I did economics. I used to hate maths for some reason. And you know, back then economics was not being taught in Kenya. We used to do accounting and commerce.
Finance, business.
Yes. Okay, economics was there, but for the big schools.
Okay, okay.
The national schools in Kenya were the ones doing it. Yes, it was there, but not all schools in Kenya.
It was mostly business studies, I think.
Yeah, no, it was not business studies. Business studies came later.
Okay.
It was commerce, and then I think accounting.
Okay, okay.
Economics was there, but certain schools. It was what the school can offer.
Yes.
Funny enough, I never did business in high school. I met economics when I went to Form 5 and 6.
Okay.
At first, I hated it because it's something I'd never done.
Yes.
But eventually, I hated it, but I passed.
Okay. Somehow you got to enjoy it.
Yes.
Somehow.
To me, it was just theories.
And it's interesting.
Yeah, and I kind of
realized,
you know, with mathematics, it's very straightforward. It's just a formula, do your thing.
Yes.
But when it comes to theory, where you have to give out your own opinions, conclusion, there's a lot of thinking.
So I'm really
involved.
wondering, Stephanie, I mean, you did economics and now you're doing medical tourism. What is medical tourism, and is there a linkage between medical tourism and economic?
First, let me say this. There's no linkage between economics and medical tourism. Is partly health, and maybe I'll say tourism industry has nothing got to do with the economics.
Yes.
Economics is just figures and policies and theories for an economy, not even a business as such. Because a business, you go for business administration and commerce.
Yes.
Economics is just, you're looking at the economy of a certain country.
Yes.
Okay.
But you see, tourism does largely affect the economy of a country. So if you insist, you can find a linkage. But I'm sure that's not how you got into it. So how did you find yourself in the medical tourism
Let me
field?
start defining what medical tourism is.
Yes.
Medical tourism is the process in which a patient seeks medical treatment outside her borders.
Okay. Outside the country.
Yes, your border. You can say your country or outside. Because you can go to Uganda. That's medical tourism.
Exactly.
If the facilities in Uganda are better, that's medical tourism.
Right.
You have to go out of your country.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is medical tourism. It can be medical treatment. It can be wellness, healthcare, spa. You know.
Okay.
All that falls under medical tourism.
Yes.
So I'd say, I started with the idea when actually this is what happened. There was a family friend back in Kitale who was diagnosed to have I think stomach cancer.
Yes.
And then. Lucky for him, he had the resources to be treated even abroad.
Yes.
So he started being treated in Nairobi. After some time, he was not getting better. No, I think first they started diabetes, because I remember him saying he has diabetes. Then he went to kidney. Then he went to stomach cancer.
Oh, so the stomach cancer was diagnosed in Kenya?
Yes, all of this was being diagnosed in Kenya.
Okay.
So I remember he used to come home and say, oh, the doctors today have told me I have diabetes. So he starts the medication, but he's not getting any better.
Yes.
So he goes back, they tell him now you have kidney
There's
problems.
a problem with your kidneys.
He started the treatment. After that, they told him he was not getting any better. So they told him, I think you now have stomach cancer.
Oh.
Yes, it was a journey of about, I think, 4 years.
And all this time, of course, the cancer is getting worse and getting worse.
Yes.
Because it's festering, you know?
Yes.
It's moving from, you know, it has stages.
Yeah. So they started treating him stomach cancer. Unfortunately, he didn't get any better. So he decided to go abroad.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him, yes, he did have cancer, but he had lung cancer and he had liver cancer.
Not
even
stomach?
No.
No. Okay.
They told me there's nothing much they could do for him because he was in stage 4, and I think he came back to Kenya, and about 4 months, 6 months later, he was gone.
Oh dear.
So I remember visiting him, and he was saying, I sold my properties, I did this, and finally I'm going. And his death was so sad because he lost his eyesight, he couldn't walk, he couldn't move.
It was so painful.
Yeah, so the only thing that was left, he could only talk.
Yes.
But he can't see you, he can't move. And you know, he was saying, I wish I did so much.
I wish I had maybe left the country earlier.
In fact, he was saying, I wish I just, when the symptoms started, I wish I just went the first time, because like I've told you, it took 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years is a very long time.
It's a very long
you see
time.
The issue, is it okay to say which country he went to? Or?
He went to Britain.
He went to Britain,
yes,
yeah.
I remember.
You can imagine if that had been his first step.
Yeah.
You know, probably maybe he would have lived longer. First of all, he should have gotten the correct diagnosis.
Yes, in fact, that's what they told him, that I wish you came earlier. Lucky for him, he was married to a white person. So, you know, those ones are very easy to...
I mean, it was easy for him to get connected.
Get good hospitals in Britain, but he had faith in our system. You know, you have to have faith in your system first and foremost.
You do. And you know, we must talk about that, because you see, for you to get to the point where you're now seeking for treatment outside your country, it means that there's a problem within.
Yeah, that's true.
And you know, medical tourism has become very, very, very popular. What is happening within our local hospital that is causing that shift, that lack of confidence?
It's not even that. I say this. First and foremost, I'll say this. Our health industry, public health industry, of late has been getting the negative reports. Yes. You watch media, it's doctors. They did this, there's a quack in Kayole treating people, there's that brain surgery. That's the first cause. Yeah. So the ones who are able to afford treatment abroad will say, no, I'll just go abroad because of the negativity our health industry, public health industry is facing. Yes. That's the first instance. The second instance, our public health industry doesn't have enough machinery, equipment, there's hospitals, the personnel. Yes. We hear issues where equipments are being imported, but we don't have the technical support to operate them. So they are stuck in a certain hospital, and I don't know how they go about it. Do they wait until they can send Kenyans to a foreign country and then they get
for
training and then come back? Why don't you send them first and then import?
I know, right?
The equipment.
So that they can arrive at the same time.
Yes.
The technical expertise as well as the equipment.
Yeah.
Because there's no point of having one without the other, because the two must work together.
Yeah. And then you also think about if they were supposed to, because if you bring a machine and there's no Kenyan to actually operate it, it means...
Or interpret the results or something.
Just operate it. Let's say the technical part, that's where, yes. It means you have to import now labor, which becomes very expensive.
Yes, true.
It's very expensive. So the first thing they should do is teach the personnel, the people involved, then bring the machinery.
That's true.
Yeah. But
so there's a whole negativity around the public health sector, which is causing people to lose confidence in our system.
That's very
And you
true.
know what? I'm not saying that there are good doctors in Kenya.
Yeah, there are.
There are good hospitals and there is good equipment.
Yes.
But you see, the problem is the perception. Even if it's good, but I think it's bad because all I've been reading in the media are negative stories. What I'm seeing on social media, what you've already told me about somebody who it took 4 years to diagnose. Actually, the diagnosis was never done correctly.
It was never done correctly.
So the more you hear such stories, the more you're like, when you feel something is wrong with your system, You don't want to give the Kenyan public health sector any chance. You don't want it to be that experiment.
I'll say this. In fact, the public health sector has been left for the lower class. The middle and upper class are opting, you go abroad, or you go to the expensive hospital. I'll give you an example. Have you had any politician going to a public hospital?
No, I don't think they do anything
They
that
don't.
is public. Not public education, not public hospital. They don't.
Have you ever had a senior government official, not even, let's not talk about a police, just a senior government official, they all go to private hospitals?
Yes, they do.
Why?
Because they have no confidence in the public hospitals.
So if they don't have that confidence, what happens? You also won't have it.
Yes.
So the public hospitals have been left for those ones who live below the poverty line. In fact, right now you say, I want to go to this public hospital. Somebody, are you sure you'll be okay? People
look at you like, are you sure? You know, should we
try
and look for funds? Should we do a medical appeal for you? Because we're already scared of, and you know, it's that negativity, number one, it needs to change. Because I do believe that in Kenya, we do have some doctors who are good, and we do have equipment that is good. And you know, anyway, so that's another. So that's one of the reasons why medical tourism, I guess, is peaking. Yeah,
but you see, the concept of medical tourism in Kenya is something that most people don't know. Like I remember when they first told me or asked me, "Are you doing medical tourism?" I asked, "What's that?"
Yes.
What is, so I had to go and research. And when I did the research, I realized that medical tourism is not in Kenya as such. In fact, you tell so many, what is that?
They don't understand.
How can you, medicine, tourism, you know, most people ask me, medicine and touring?
I know, tourism is like for vacation and holiday.
Then I have to start explaining and explaining and explaining. So, it's not known. It's there, but it's not known. Or it's there, but the way people are going about it is all wrong. They are not going about it the medical tourism way.
So tell us about the medical tourism way, so that at least we can know what it entails.
Medical tourism.
What should happen? For example, if let's say, for example, I'm the one who has an issue.
Yes.
Let's say I have chronic back pain.
Yes.
What should I do? Should I first seek treatment in Kenya?
Yeah.
Before I come to you? How does it work?
There are two sides to this coin, to medical tourism. First off, it starts like this. You are diagnosed with, let's say, back pain, and let me say cancer, because
let's say cancer, because actually, please repeat what Mactaa stands for, so that our viewers can remember.
Mactaa is basically making cancer treatment accessible and affordable.
Making cancer treatment accessible and affordable.
Mactaa. So it's M-A-C-T-A-A.
Mactaa International.
But we are not, we don't confine ourselves to cancer only, because you can have cancer, then you have other ailments.
Exactly.
So if we just say cancer, it's going to put us at a precarious position.
All right.
No problem. So these days we are embracing
all. Yeah.
Okay. So now you have cancer. The doctor has told you you have, let me see, lung cancer.
Yes.
And this lung cancer, he tells you need to seek medical attention, blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, first off, not all cancer ailments can be treated in Kenya.
Number one,
yes.
That's true. Yeah, there's a limitation
the machinery,
sometimes.
First and foremost, is not there. So not all of the cancer diseases can be treated here.
So there are instances where you must, if you want treatment, you must go outside the country. Is it treatment only, or is it diagnosis as well? Are there certain types of cancers that cannot be diagnosed in Kenya right now?
Actually, I'll get to that because it's a process.
Okay.
So first off, this is how it works. You get the diagnosis. You go for a second opinion. Of course, because first of all, you're in shock. Yes. It has come as a surprise. Yeah. So that's where the medical tourism comes in. Yeah. When you are asking for a second opinion, don't go to the next doctor. The next doctor, the neighbor, in the other room. Don't go to the doctor in the other county. You go and a second opinion normally. Okay, I don't dispute that you have to just send it abroad, but we are assuming abroad that's where you get better, because the equipment, the quality of treatment. You go to somebody who is at a higher level. Yes, basically. Yeah. So you confirm. Yeah. So you bring the documents. We send it abroad. Okay. Now you can send it to India, you can send it to Britain, you can send it to whichever country you want. Yeah. You can send it to Dubai, you can send. Now the doctor the other side looks at it.
Yeah. Looks at the same test.
Yes, the same tests, whatever. And then now he gives his own conclusion.
Yes.
So he can say, yes, I think this is all well done, or I think there are some disparities.
Yes.
This amount of this, probably, you know, doctors' language, I wouldn't really go into it.
Yes.
So after that, I recommend, after that, now you get, now that's the second opinion. So you can have a second opinion, a third opinion, a fourth opinion. Yeah. Basically, you can come to me and I send it to 5 different countries.
Yeah, you send the results, the information.
Yes.
And I need to ask you this. When you do that, do you find that the info is the same?
Sometimes yes,
or sometimes it
no.
When it's different, for example, isn't it very confusing even to the person who is unwell?
Now, when it's different,
yes.
What happens is I normally advise my client. No, now to me, she's a client or he's a client.
Yes.
Because I can't call her a patient.
Yes.
Because I'm not a doctor.
You're not a doctor.
I advise you to have a video conferencing with the doctor. So I set it up.
Okay.
You sit there, you talk to the doctor.
Yeah.
I recommend that because the doctor can see you.
Is that a bit of personalization?
You know, this doctor is just like a consultancy.
Yes.
Only that it's not being done in person.
Yeah. I understand that.
Yeah. So the doctor can ask you those questions.
Yes.
How long have you been taking this treatment? How are you feeling? Blah, blah, blah. This is telling me this. Why I said this is not true is because of A, B, C, D.
Yes.
Okay? From there, then you can make your own conclusion. Okay. Because most times during the video conferencing, I'm not there. I advise you to come with your people, your husband, your wife. They help you in that process because your health is your secret.
It is, yeah.
And since I'm
personal.
not, I normally, why I'm not there is I don't want to influence your decision.
Yes.
So I let you decide, go home, think about it, then you let me know.
All right. So allow me to ask, I don't know whether this is controversial or not, but based on your experience, is there a lot of discrepancy between the diagnosis that people get in Kenya versus the one they get outside Kenya? Yeah.
Most times what happens is this. You're given a diagnosis, you have, let's say, like I said, so stomach cancer. You get the funds, you go abroad. You're told, okay, fine, you have cancer, but now you don't have stomach cancer, you have cancer of the liver. Yes. You see, the diagnosis was wrong.
It's totally different.
Yeah. So most times, okay, I won't say most times because it also equally depends. Somebody comes to me in January, goes looking for the money, comes back in September. So by that time,
a lot has happened.
A lot has happened. Your body has, So things change over time.
That's
but
true.
Those cases are there.
Yes.
They are really there. You have cancer, but the cancer they told you here in Kenya is not what you're going to find at the other side.
It's different.
Okay. Why that happens is now I'll come to whatever I told you.
Yes.
It's because of, in Kenya, they only do a CT scan. Cyclotronic scan.
Yeah, I have heard of CT scan.
Yeah. It's a CT scan. We don't have a PET scan.
I thought some hospitals have.
No, but PET scan, no. Aga Khan just brought it like a month, 2 months ago.
Yeah, I've been seeing them advertising.
Yeah, advertising, yes.
So I think they do have.
Now they do have.
Yes.
How much they charge, I don't know. And I have to say this, those are very expensive hospitals.
I know, and but you know what? I must say that we need to applaud them for that. Because a lot of people, you know what? To be very honest, medical tourism, we need to discuss about whether it favors our country or not. Okay, I know when you're thinking about your health, you really don't care about the economy of the country and whether the money is leaving Kenya or not. You basically just want to be well. Number one, you want to know what is ailing you and how to get better. But it's a good thing that these machines have come to Kenya because it's good for our economy. You are an economist,
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But I look at, like I say, your health comes first.
Your health does
so I can't talk like an economist here.
I know. Yeah.
I have to, because I tell people you only live once.
Yeah, and life is precious.
Yes, you only live once. If somebody told you you're going to die and then come back, if you're a girl, you come back a boy, or a boy,
another chance.
Or you come back a frog, but you only live once. So you have to take care of yourself.
You've really got to give it your best shot. The recovery.
So most doctors, in fact, public hospitals, they don't have the PET scan. Like I said, Aga Khan has just brought it, I think, 2 months ago.
Yeah, it's pretty new.
So we are waiting to hear the reviews,
Yeah. Because there's also the issue of, when I think about medical tourism, one of the countries that is very big when it comes to medical tourism between it and Kenya is India.
Yeah. It's the cheapest, by the way.
Not only is it the cheapest, but the doctors there, their expertise,
Yeah.
I think it's higher level just because of the population.
I'll say this. India is the cheapest. Yes, they have better medical treatment services, yes. But the best is Israel. But very, very expensive.
Okay.
You'll get the best medical treatment there. But I'll say this. You have to have very deep pockets.
All right.
Yes.
So for you, basically, when you're talking medical tourism, you're not just confining it to one country. No. It is basically anywhere outside the world where they have got a solution that can work.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can even, if you're, like I said, I can send it to different countries. Yeah. Then present it all to you, and then you get to decide what you're comfortable with. But most times I say this. The second opinion is what matters the most. I tell people, don't go and get a diagnosis from a hospital in Kitale and then start crying and saying, oh, I'm dying, oh, I'm dying. Go and get that second opinion.
Get a second opinion.
Yes, it can just give you that second chance to life.
Yes.
Most people do this. They get that diagnosis and they say, oh, like what the family friend did. Yes. He got it and he started treatment. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Yes. Maybe if he had gone for a second opinion, he wouldn't be dead by now.
Maybe his life would have been longer or whatever.
So I tell people, go for a second opinion. Personally, at Mactaa, this is what we do. With the second, if you're coming for one second opinion, it's free of charge. Okay. We don't charge you. But if you want 5, 6 from 10 different countries or different hospitals, then multiple night becomes very expensive. Yes. Yes. And then I encourage people to do video conferencing. Yes.
So basically you come for a second opinion, bring your documentation, you send it out, and then you do a video conferencing. Yes. And then now after that, do you arrange, is that the end? Or what happens after that?
No. I encourage the second opinion, like I said, then the video conferencing.
Yes.
I tell people, do not leave here without a video conferencing. Know where you're going. If you've decided you want to go to a particular country, know where you're going, know the temperature. Ask those questions
because it's a foreign land.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, no, when you sit there, you talk to the doctor. You ask the doctor, what should I expect? Am I supposed to do? Yes. Am I going to lose weight? Blah blah blah. The treatment.
The weather,
yes, the weather.
The season.
So, any burning question you have, that is the one time you can ask. You go home, sit with your family, and make that decision. Yes. There are hospitals which ask for full payment before you leave. The other hospitals you can pay installments. We are trying to partner with Hope Food. I don't know if it's going to work out with the public hospitals. India, we are hoping we can get it. It's going to cost like a treatment which would be like 4 million would be like 800,000.
Because you are also looking at who's your target market. Do you serve everybody, or do you mostly want to deal with people who with upper middle class, or you're open to everybody and anybody?
Everyone, because I want, your health is your wealth.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't want to discriminate. Because unfortunately, when it comes to cancer and all these diseases, they don't discriminate. You can be rich, you can be poor, you can be white, you can be black, you can be the most beautiful. It still knocks on your door.
Here we are.
Yes. And it knocks on your door and it doesn't wait for you to
it just
to tell her,
in.
Come
just
in.
Find out
just comes
it's here.
It's there.
Yes.
So I try and tell people, come for a second opinion. The first one is free of charge. If you want so many, because why I now start charging is because when you're going to have 5 different hospitals with 5 different doctors, you're wasting their time, because now it's time
also there's
sensitive.
A lot of administrative.
Yes, I have to book an appointment when that surgeon will be free to have that conferencing.
Exactly.
So I would want you to come and waste these highly qualified doctors, and then you just go and decide, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore.
I get it. Yeah.
But if it's one,
and anyway, if you did need a consultation, you do have to pay.
Yeah,
generally.
You do. Yeah, because
even in Kenya, even if you're moving from one office to the next, the neighbor, it's okay. You do have to pay.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So now it comes to now the second opinion mostly is for people who are already diagnosed.
Yes.
So you have to be sick to get that facility.
Exactly.
Now we're having a PET scan. So we are sending people abroad. For a PET scan. A PET scan generally means it's a humongous, it's a very big machine.
Have you done it?
Not yet.
Okay.
I haven't, because you have to go abroad.
Do you just do it, or do you have an ailment that...
No, you can just do it. It's like a checkup. You can go for a PET scan as a checkup.
Okay.
So you get into the machine, but it shows your whole body, how your blood is flowing and everything. Now the PET scan is what we didn't have in Kenya.
Yes.
So before, okay, you go to India, before they start treating you, you have to go through the PET scan.
Okay.
Now, that's where these issues of you have stomach cancer, and then when you go to India, you realize you have liver cancer. Now, that is the machinery which actually, that scan shows exactly where the problem is.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So that is what we're trying to encourage normal people, healthy people. Don't sit making money or feeling sorry for, you know, you're just there waiting for your arm to start paining.
Yeah.
Go for a PET scan. It's going to show anything and everything.
Okay.
Your heart, your brain, your liver, your kidneys, your reproductive system, your toe, you know, everything.
Yes.
Your bones, everything. So if you have any ailment, it's going to show.
We need to discuss that, because a lot of times people think that that is a luxury, but you know what? You and I know that a lot of disease is curable if it is detected early.
Yes, even cancer is curable.
Yeah,
if it is detected stage early. 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But mostly by the time you go to India, you're in stage 4.
Exactly.
Because
so
we wait until the symptoms now are showing.
Yeah, which is a bit too late.
Yes, it
is
too late.
How often do you encourage people to get this medical checkup? It's actually supposed to be annual.
Yes, it's okay. Like I said, I'm trying to convince people.
Yeah,
but
because,
you know, our mentality is this: if I'm not sick, I'm okay.
I know.
If I'm not having any pain, I'm okay.
Fine.
And then you sit at home. What I tell people, this is what is going to happen. You'll make your money. You'll continue with your life. When you're at your prime, you start having this pain in your back.
I know, yeah.
Okay? Now, when you have that pain, you decide, let me go to the doctors. They treat you.
First of all, you must say that you ignore it for a while.
Yes, you
ignore it for a while.
Yes, you start taking Panadols.
Yeah. You first deal with the pain and just forget about it.
Yes. And then
it becomes much.
Yes,
then
from there, if you're in Nairobi, you go to a hospital, and then you start the treatment, you're not getting any better. Back in the village, this is what happens. You have that when you take medication, you go to the doctors, they tell you, then you say, I think somebody bewitched me. My cousin,
you know.
my grandmother, my whoever's.
Yes.
That is what happens.
So now you look for, so you try and counter that by looking for another witch doctor to counteract.
In fact, I've dealt with people who have told me, I'm not coming back to you. There's this doctor has given me these herbs and it's burning, or I don't know doing what.
I'm sure you, najua umeona mengi, umesikia mengi.
You know that I'm not trying to convince you. That's not the case.
I know. Let's do conventional medicine.
Yes, I just say I wish you well, but I hope if it doesn't work, please come back. But I hope you don't come back when it's too late. Yes. But if that doctor, whoever it is, can help you, because they also come saying, Daktari alisema.
I know.
Say, okay.
What can you do? With people's belief systems, they're almost impossible.
Others tell you, I'll just pray, God is going to help me. So, you know, I
there's
want
also that
to tell
one.
you,
Yeah,
yes,
there's also that one
want to tell
pray.
you,
Yes.
God gave you a brain to think.
Yes.
He already gave you that power to think for yourself.
And he's given us the brains and the creativity, and we've come up with so many inventions, which are meant to. I'm not saying that he cannot heal you miraculously. And to be very honest, even when you go to hospital, the doctors even tell you, I'm going to try and treat you, but of course it's God who heals. We all know that.
Yeah, I tell people,
Stephanie, guess what? We need to take a break.
Okay, no problem.
But we'll be right back, viewers. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. And keep it here. We shall be back shortly after the break. Thank you. Welcome back, viewers. It's a pleasure to have you, and today we're talking about medical tourism. It is a concept that is becoming very popular in Kenya, and we're just creating more awareness about it. And with me in studio is Josephine, and before we even proceed, I'd like to tell you that you can engage with us. We have an SMS line that is 21144, and we also have a Facebook. This episode is being live streamed on Facebook, and the handle is GBS Kenya. So welcome. So basically, there are two reasons why we've talked about the importance of medical tourism.
Yes.
That Kenyans and women and every Kenyan needs to consider it. For the purpose of a second opinion, it is always a good idea to get a second opinion and to get it from somebody who is more experienced and more advanced than the person giving it to you. Another thing is, it's good to go for wellness tests to be able to detect disease before the symptoms have presented themselves so much in the body.
Don't wait to
don't wait to
get the
sick.
symptoms.
try and go for the well so that anything that is showing in your blood or in your tissues can be detected and can be sorted.
And it's actually very, very affordable. People assume it's very expensive. The PET scan is only 25,000.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Actually,
So,
it's affordable.
It's
and you know
affordable.
what is it that is more valuable than your wealth?
Nothing.
There's nothing. So, I mean, really, it is something that is it's not even, you know, you cannot discuss costs, because when you do get sick, people sell property.
Yes. Yes.
People sell everything.
Yes.
People do fundraising. People use all the insurance. So really, I think it is okay to be able to do it early, to be able to detect disease before it has become too late.
And I want to change the narrative that medical tourism is only for the rich.
Yes.
Or the ones who can afford it. I want to change it in such a way it's for everyone.
Yes.
You don't have to be a millionaire to actually get these services.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying I'm trying to partner with public hospitals, the other side. It's going to be cheaper. I'm also trying to see if I can partner with people here. We set up a cancer fund, insurance fund, where you, just like you have this health insurance fund here to enable, like NHIF, but now its sole purpose will be to accord you treatment abroad. Exactly. Because basically the treatment for the PET scan is 25,000. Yeah. If you had an insurance fund for it, 25,000 is for your health. Yes. Given a certain period of time, you can afford it.
You can afford it, but it's not just 25,000, to be honest, Josephine. You've got to talk about airfare. You've got to talk about accommodation.
If the airfare is, let me give you an example, is 30,000. The scan
and of
is
course
25.
It depends on where you're going.
Yes. Let's put it at 50.
Okay.
Even if you start running around from let me say Kitale, because that's where I come from.
Okay.
You start from Kitale District Hospital, then you come to Eldoret, then from Eldoret you proceed to Kenyatta.
Yes.
Do you know you'll spend more than 50,000 because they tell you do this test, come back after 4 days, transport, what. Yes. You'll spend more than 50.
Sometimes the food that is there is not palatable.
Accommodation, because
for your loved ones.
Yes. And then plus there are some instances where you'll need to be admitted.
Yes.
So you'll surpass the 50,000.
And you're going to be spending the same amount of money with a negative outcome.
Yes.
Most times. You might as well spend it and get an outcome that is more beneficial and more positive.
Get that outcome, and okay, there are certain cancers which cannot even be, that's a fact. There are others which are very difficult to cure. Yes. But come back knowing, I have this, I can kind of suppress it for a given number of years before I actually succumb to it. Exactly. So it's just knowing your status. Yes, know your status. Because it's going to be so sad. You work so hard, you invest, and then one day somebody tells you, my dear, you have 6 months to live.
I know. And you have your children, you wanted to see them growing up. And
yes. In fact, then you say yourself, I've been working for the past 20 years. And now I just have 6 months to do what?
I know, it can, even your mental.
In fact, you'll die even faster because of depression and all that. So I tell people, 50,000 can actually prevent you from getting to 4 million. Yeah. You can spend 50 million now.
50,000?
Yeah, sorry, 50,000.
Yes.
And then, let's take 2 people, you and I.
Yes.
You went for a PET scan. They told you have early signs of, let me say again, stomach cancer. I waited until I started having the symptoms. So I'm being told, for me to be treated, I need 5 million. Yeah. But yours was arrested early.
It was, and I was.
So you only spent 50,000.
And plus the medication then maybe is cheaper, it's short term.
In fact, now when you get into the treatment itself, when it's stage 1 and it's most times less than 100,000.
Wow. Yeah.
Stage 1, 2, because it's just medication, normal medication. When you're stage 4, you're looking at the 7 million, the 8 million, the 4 million. Then you have to mobilize your church members, your families.
Everybody to do fundraising. Yes.
Try and just seek this PET scan, the health checkup, before you get to the millions I talk about. 50, when you compare 50,000 and 4 million, of course, that's a very big
and even
difference.
Just life, quality of life,
Yeah.
So what can you say about the response? Are people receiving your service in a way that is, do they appreciate it, or is there still some resistance?
Okay, normal Kenyans, Kenyans are, it's a new concept.
Yes.
So people are very interested in listening, and it's like more or less like an awareness.
Okay.
Okay, but I tried approaching some organizations that actually deal with cancer, and they told me, no, medical tourism is a way of making money, blah, blah, blah. We don't want to work with you. And I said this, you might not want to work with me, but cancer is a menace in our country, and we need to come together.
Yes,
okay?
We need to collaborate.
We need to all of us can't have NGOs doing just cancer. And you know, medical tourism is the gap between the patients, the normal mwananchi, and the doctors the other side.
Exactly.
Because I've had offers where they tell me, we want to come and do free medical camp.
From other countries, they want to come
here? Yes.
Wow.
So
that's great, right?
Yes, who are the people you go to? You go to these NGOs and say, I'm going to do, can you help me set it up?
They're the ones
because
on the ground,
these people are going to pay their own fare. I mean, I wouldn't want them to come to an empty stadium or whatever you want to call an empty room.
You need people to mobilize
the
people and make sure that you're getting the right people, the ones who can't afford.
And I had one very good surgeon, doctor, a professor, and he said, if we continue working together, he can actually send interns from his country to actually come. I thought that was a very good idea, because if they're coming here as interns, yes, but they can exchange ideas with the local nurse, clinical doctor, because you're assuming the quality of healthcare and education being offered the other side is higher than us.
Yes.
You can pick one or two things from there. We can actually set it up in such a way, when they come this side, we come together and send others to go the other side.
And do you know
in years to come, we'll uplift our healthcare system.
Exactly. But that is a very good suggestion. But I don't know whether the people in Kenya are ready for that.
It's exchanging ideas.
Oh, there's a lot of resistance.
Yes.
Because the person who can be helped in such an instance is the person who thinks they don't know. But if you already think you know, you're not able to benefit from somebody who actually knows more than you.
Yeah, and I say this, gone are the days, even when you talk to those doctors, the mentality where you're just coming to do voluntary and you go, it's slowly fading away.
Yes.
Freebies, I think, ended in the 80s.
Yes.
Okay? And if you're going to wait for the government or World Health Organization or the different NGOs around the world, it's going to take us like a century for us to see our healthcare system change. Yeah. But this one is, we should work together. If they can send interns, it's free of charge. They're not charging you anything. And they come and see patients in our public institutions. The nurses here can grasp one or two things, They can tell you times have changed. Instead of doing ABCD, you can do now this and this and that. It's a learning process.
It is, yeah.
And then over time, we can now do it in such a way that we can send some of our nurses or some of our to go the other side.
Because to be very honest, when you see people leaving the country so much because of a service that should be available here, there are two things you can do. You can bury your head under the sand.
Yes.
And start cursing them, thinking, why are they being so bad and why are they leaving the country? Maybe they have money.
Yeah.
But you can also ask yourself, what is it that is making them go?
Yeah.
How about I go and find out what it is that is done there that is so different from what I'm offering here?
Yeah.
And that way, you open yourself up to learning.
Yes.
You open yourself up to interacting with the competition, because really this is what that is.
Yeah.
Because you have actually talked about the fact that it is actually cheaper to go abroad.
Yes.
So why would I spend more here and get a negative outcome whereas I can spend less and get a positive outcome? And
there's some surgeries being done here actually more expensive here than in India. It's actually cheaper in India than in our own country.
Yes.
That's a true fact.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? So those are some, the negativity is there. And what I say, we need to come together.
We do.
Because medical tourism is that, we are that in between these others. If you can work together, we can, like an exchange program for medics the other side.
And there's so many angles.
It would really help us.
Because you see, what you are is the link. So you can take patients, you can even organize the trainings and everything.
Yes.
We have some viewers are asking, where are you located? And how can they get in touch with you?
I'm located at Mirage Towers.
Where is that? In
Westlands. Just near, I say, Chiromo, opposite Chiromo, Riverside Drive. Or sometimes I say next to, most people know Kempinski, the building next to, 12th floor, office 36.
Do you have a website?
I do have a website. It's Mactaa International.
Mactaa
International, intl.com.
Oh, INTL.
Yes, .com.
Ah, okay.
And
are you on Facebook, in social media?
Yes, I am. But we're trying to change, because what has happened when we get new partners, so we've been changing all the time, because you get different. Some say I want this. Like right now we have offers for PetScan. I wanted to talk about that.
But also you need to give us a telephone number as well.
Yes, I will. It's should I do it now?
Yes, please.
My numbers are 0797 153 004.
Please repeat.
My numbers are 0797 153 004.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So we are having we are giving out first and foremost. Let me talk about mastectomy bras for breast cancer survivors. Okay. I'll tell you this. I tried looking for them here in Kenya. Yes. A mastectomy bra in Kenya costs 25,000.
Wow.
One bra, 25. Okay. That is even expensive to me. I know. If I were to buy just a normal bra.
And how many do you need?
You need more than 10.
More than 10?
To last year, whole year.
Come on.
Yes. You can't wear one for 300. Yes.
It's every day?
Yes. It's 25,000. Minus the prosthesis. Prosthesis is now the breast form. If you went through the breast surgery, they removed one of your breasts, you wear a form now to give you that shape. It's about 5 to 6,000.
Okay.
So we tried partnering with some. We actually bought some from China, cheaper. So it's going for 3,000 to 6,000.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Now the problems we are having are different women, different sizes, different colors. So others we tell them you have to order, because like bra sizes are more than 1,000. So and then different colors, shades. It depends also with your shade.
Okay. And
so we are giving out free.
Yes. So some of the offers you have, okay.
Yes, we are giving them out for free. Okay. Most especially if you go through us, you're given for free.
Oh, nice.
We are doing also wigs, cancer wigs.
Yeah.
These are wigs specially for cancer patients. Okay. It's very different from the normal. It's treated, it's fine, the quality. Okay. They look at the patient now. Okay. We wanted to do for men, but men in Kenya, we have this, a man can't wear.
I know, and you know what? We need to actually wrap up because we're not good for time. We need to think about a parting shot. Yes. So
those are some of, we are trying to organize a spa. I thought of, people who suffer from cancer or terminal, and then they go back to their homes. Yes. We are trying to do a spa in which every month people can come do a beauty spa free of charge. In the process, interact.
Yes, get to share information.
Yeah, ideas with it. Somebody can ask, what are you doing different from what I'm doing? Somebody will say, I'm drinking porridge, I'm doing this. Yes. So I think we'll talk it in the next.
I think we need to invite you once more because you do have a lot to share.
Yeah.
Indeed, medical tourism is broad. Yes. But thank you so much for introducing the concept to us and helping us get a positive mindset about it.
Yes.
And there you have it. Thank you for joining us. It was so awesome to have you. And viewers, you've gotten her contacts, the contacts for Mactaa International. Feel free to engage her after this. Thank you so much. Bye.